All right, so as promised, back for another tackle talk bait. I don't know, rundown, I guess, unboxing, if you will. I did the bucktails. I said I was going to come back with another one, and I am missing one bait from this, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get it in time for the actual season to get going before I could work that out. Anyway, it's not a big deal. Maybe I'll just do a video of that bait solo. Doesn't really matter at this point, but I was out last weekend for the first actual musky adventure of the year, which was pretty uneventful, to be completely honest. But that's kind of just how the early season goes. I don't know. Some of these guys have the pre-spawn bite dialed in, and I am not one of those guys. So yeah, you will probably hear our cat playing in the background. If not, see him jump on the table because he is a psychopath, but he's fun to have around. Anyway, I'm just gonna dive right into what we got going on here. This may turn into a bit of a bait rigs expose at some point, but it's just because I didn't get the opportunity to throw a lot of the baits last year that they had kind of coming out in the works, and Dave was kind of messaging me about. But now I have them, so I'd like to talk about them and even have a little experience with them too. But anyway, without getting too deep in that, I'm gonna start here with the Slammer 5-inch a bait. My buddy Trevor had one of these in the boat this year, and I was able to throw it and just kind of see the action a little bit, and I was really impressed. So I figured I'd pick one up from Jeff on TRO, and I really like this color. I'm kind of excited to throw this here very soon in the spring. Has a pretty wide wobble, to be honest, from the time that I got with it last year, which is kind of deterring me from throwing it right away. I think it'll be really good once that water heats up, especially in that post spawn for that profile. The wide wobble just kind of, it doesn't really throw me off. I'm just kind of worried. I don't know. Maybe I'm just over analyzing how erratic a bait may be perceived to the fish in the early spring, but I'm really excited to throw this, and honestly I think they're like 10 or 12 bucks. So as far as musky baits go, they're very affordable. I honestly should pick up a couple more of these, and maybe even one in the bigger size as Big Brother. I'm really excited to throw this. I know Steve Jensen did pretty well on these in Hayward early in the season last year, so they definitely work. Definitely excited to throw them. Okay, moving on. Next bait, I'm going to have to give props to Ben Stone and Barry on this one, because this is the Bondy Royal Orba. This is, I believe, their walleye color, even though it looks more like baby food, but that's neither here nor there. I am pretty pumped to throw it. It's kind of a weird thing. It just does different things. The blades spin, you can rip them, you can pull them, you can reel them. I'm just kind of excited to throw it just because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit of something that maybe they don't see as often, especially maybe here in Iowa. I don't really know. I'm going to give it a shot, or maybe I'll just give it to someone who's joining me on the boat and just wants to cast the bait out and reel it in. Callie, I'm looking at you on that one, but anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'm definitely excited to give this a shot. I really don't have much to say other than, from what I've seen online, they catch fish, and sometimes they catch really big fish. So definitely excited to give those a shot this year. I've got another one. Maybe I need to pick one up in the normal size. I think those are the junior size in that. Next on the list would be the Narcan Glider. In this color would be, I think this is the whitehead carp or the copper carp, or I don't know. It's a TRO custom. It looks awesome. They have awesome action. I know that they work. I just need to get a fish on one. I had several follows on one of these last year. It's just something I'm excited to throw in the spring. These little glide baits can be very, very effective, and yeah, just they're a really well built, really well made bait, and I'm looking forward to getting to throw these a little bit here in the coming month or so in that pre-spawn phase when they're maybe keying in more on those smaller glide baits. I hope that the camera's focusing okay on these. I don't really know. My partner in crime decided to go sit on the couch, so I don't know if it's focusing or not. So it'll be fine if it's not. If it is, great. If not, you can just seriously go look them up on TRO, except they're probably sold out because it's usually just a matter of hours before these sell out. So if you can get your hands on one, I would suggest doing it. If not, sorry about your luck. What do we got next? Moving on to the big honker. This is the Bomb Squad Baits, I believe is what it is. Yeah, Bomb Squad Baits. This is their bigger version of their flap tail. I don't know if it's listed on here what the actual name is, but I'm really excited to use these. I've been looking at getting a bigger flap tail for quite some time. And you know, nothing against Lee and his flap tails. I've had really good success with the Lee Lures flap tail, the normal version, and I just didn't throw it a lot last year. But I've had really good success with those, and I've been looking at getting a bigger one and just had been kind of delaying the flap 9 or flap 10 purchase. And then I saw these, and I saw that in their demonstration video, they rode a little bit lower in the water. I mean, the wood it's very dense. It's a very heavy bait. And they rode a little bit lower in the water, puts off more of a wake. It carries that big profile without it being, you know, too big, which probably doesn't make much sense, but it makes sense to me to say. And yeah, the construction looks really great on the bait. They sold out in a matter of hours on TRO. I think they've had a few back in stock here and there, but not like that first batch. And I mean, they're big honking bait, and I'm really pumped to throw it. I didn't throw a ton of topwater last year. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. But the thing that really caught my eye in their demonstration video is you can hear this washer is loose, and that looseness combined with the clicking, and it rides super low in the water. I just could not resist getting one of these to try out for the coming season. They look like a great bait. I know that Brad Hoppy was talking about them on the Backlash podcast, saying that they had a couple of days that they got to test these and they were moving fish when nothing else would. So usually a good move for a bait if it's moving fish when nothing else will. I mean, that's kind of a flap tail thing anyway, but anyway, really excited to throw it. I think it's going to be very effective, and flap tails generally are just a good bait to just kind of use and kind of just like call up fish that normally aren't too willing, I guess you could say. The next one I want to talk about here is one that I've been excited to try for a while, and I didn't realize that you could order them through Facebook from the guys at Restless Writer. I saw the Lake St. Clair Detroit River guys. They absolutely slay the fish on these, and I just had to pick up a couple of them this winter. And actually I got a couple more than I anticipated, which is totally fine by me. Somehow there was a mix-up in the shipping, and I got a bonus too, but I let the guys know and made sure to get them paid for those bonus ones. So definitely not mad about it. I was really fortunate to get out there last weekend, like I said, for a little while. I'll try and, you know, you can kind of get a look at that a little closer up. Just a really nice swim bait. And I was really fortunate to get out there, and I just, at the end of the day, I threw one of these around for a little bit just to see what the action was like, and holy smokes, these things thump. Like, as much, if not more, than a Poseidon, and they got like the body roll of the Musky Innovation swimming dogs. It's a really cool swim bait. I'm really pumped to throw them, and you know, it's gonna be hopefully something that the fish around here haven't seen, or maybe up where I fish up north. We'll see. Definitely gonna be throwing them this year. I've always had good luck on swim baits. Just looking for something to kind of, you know, change it up, look a little different in the water, be a little different in the water. So yeah, very excited to throw these in the coming season. I think they're going to do big things. Quickly here, there's another thing that I got sucked into on, what was it? One of the bait shops online. I don't know what one it was, but I unfortunately got sucked into buying some of these beaver bait tails with the blade attachment. It's something that, you know, I've tried to do makeshift ones in the past, and I saw that they put these out, and I was like, I gotta pick up a few of those just because clearly they have much better construction than what I ever did, and hopefully the blade, I don't think that there's any way that the blade's gonna get caught up on the hook itself. I assume that they tested it probably more than I ever would have myself. So yeah, I got big plans for these. I am super excited. This one, for whatever reason, is catching really bad, so I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But oh, there, it kind of loosened up. But yeah, I mean, just fantastic design, fantastic like little add-on to all kinds of baits. I mean, just put them on whatever, it'll be great. Just a little extra drawing power. Really pumped to use these things. It's gonna be great. Okay, so now it's gonna look like a paid promotion for bait rigs. I'm not sponsored or anything, but like I said earlier, I didn't get enough time to work with these baits last year, just as the company was transitioning and those baits were coming out a little slower. You know, for the general public, I know there are a lot of guys who got their hands on them fairly early last year, but anyway, I just didn't get to use them as much as I would have liked. So like this year, very excited to throw, you know, the whale tail 8-incher. It's basically just a little grub, and I know that there are some really good days had on these lures. I think it was Larry Smith Outdoors. They had like a 9-fish day or something crazy like that on the whale tail, the 8 and the 11-inchers, and a couple sucker fish. And I mean, it looked like just one of those days where you couldn't beat it on the water. But really excited to throw the 8-inch. I'll probably throw that around some, whether it's this weekend or next, whenever I make it out again. Yeah, it's been kind of weird. It snowed on Monday. It's raining today. Conditions are not optimal for being on the water, so I'm definitely going to wait it out and see what's going on before I get out there. But anyway, the 8-incher, looking forward to throwing that a bunch this spring. I think it's going to do great for me. I don't know why it wouldn't. Quickly too, here we got the 11-incher. Really excited to throw this more this year. They're just a phenomenal lure. They have a lot of drawing power. I had some success with them last year. I know that some of the guys I know up in the Hayward area had quite a bit of success with them. They're a really good lure. I'm really looking forward to using them. This fall, one of the guys I fished with had a really nice one come up and absolutely wreck this thing. Not this one in particular, but one of the ones that I got in the fall. And unfortunately, that fish came off. And BZ, if you're watching, that one is still a heartbreaker for me, and I lose a little sleep here and there thinking about that fish, and I'm sorry that one popped off. But these baits are really good. They have a lot of hang time. It's really, you know, they just kind of waft there. The one critique which I'll give to these baits, which is not anything that's wrong with the bait and the design itself, just something you need to be aware of if you're fishing reservoir areas, is they don't do particularly well in standing timber. I don't know what the reasoning for that is or the rationale behind it. It's nothing that the bait is doing wrong or anything like that. Just something you need to be aware of if you're fishing around that kind of structure with these lures, is they do tend to grab onto those branches a little easier than some of the other soft plastics that I've thrown. In the weeds though, I think that these baits are absolute and total money. So again, cannot wait to have the 11-incher the entire season this year. Again, I was a little slow to the game last year with the 11-incher, but as soon as I was able to pick up a couple last fall, and I think I got this one this spring, so it should be good to go for the coming year. Just something different, really cool lure. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, like last year we were out with Eric Toohey on a guide trip, and he had some of these 11-inchers pretty early on, and my brother-in-law, you know, had one whiff on it right at the boat, had another follow that day on the 11-incher too. So they're they're money baits, and I cannot wait to actually throw them around a little bit more this season. So it's going to be good. Last but not least, I've got the bait rigs, whale tails, whatever you want to call it. The Willow Beast attachment blade. Again, I'm big on trying to amend things, change things up, like make something look different. Really excited to throw this guy this year. If I looked annoyed there right before I decided to cut this video, it's because Callie's creepy automatic cat feeder went off, and I'm definitely not going to include that. But yeah, that would be where the annoyed look came from. Not because I'm annoyed with Callie, but the cat feeder is a little creepy, to be completely honest. Anyway, if you made it through all this video and you appreciate whatever I'm doing here, tackle talks, unboxing, whatever, I don't know what it's called or what you want to call it. This video probably drug on a little too long, but I got a lot of stuff I'm excited about and want to talk about for the coming season. If you made it through the whole thing, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys on the water. Appreciate you watching. If you have questions about any of the lures or anything like that, please shoot me a message, shoot me a DM on Insta. Comment on the video below. I'll do my best to get to all those different things. I mean, it's really it's not like I'm getting my inbox flooded. So if you got a question or want to talk fishing, hit me up. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Our new one's making an appearance right now. Okay, excellent. I'll see you on the water.